Hello, dear friends. Thank you so much for visiting our YouTube channel. For those that have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, thank you so much for your support. We are glad that you are part of the BMIK TV community. For those that are coming here for the first time, this is Dr. Brian Myler. I'm a medical doctor by profession, specialized in psychiatry, and I am your host here at the BMIK TV, where we share various opportunities in terms of scholarships and career progression opportunities available in different parts of the world. Today, friends, I would like to take you to Netherlands. And in Netherlands, we are basically talking about University of Twente and some of the scholarship opportunities that are available there for the master's programs. And so the University of Twente is a public technical university that is located in Enschede, Netherlands. And so, friends, in this video, I'll basically be focusing on the University of Twente scholarships and also just trying to highlight what additional scholarship one can get for them to get a full tuition coverage scholarship at University of Twente for their master's programs. And so to start, you can actually see that I just simply did a simple Google search by typing University of Twente, and I came to this link over here, and then I clicked on this particular link. And once on the website of University of Twente, I actually focused on the University of Twente scholarship. And so here we are on the University of Twente scholarship. So you can actually see that this scholarship is for excellent students from non-EU or EEA countries applying for a graduate program at master's level at the University of Twente. And these individuals are basically interested in becoming one of the most promising University of Twente students. They want to be to take part in the exclusive opportunity, in an intake for one of the three honors programs, that is the research honors, the design honors, or the change leaders program. Now, what is the value of this particular scholarship? So the value basically ranges from £3,000 to £22,000 for 1 year, and it's approximately 50 scholarships available. So if you have applied for a 2-year program, you have to make sure that you read the information about the 2-year study programs, which is highlighted just below. Now, you need to ensure that you also have a look at the overview of the estimated costs of living, because this particular scholarship is basically meant to compensate you for the study related costs. And so they will basically give this money to you, and it's up to you to actually decide how you're going to spend this money. So no costs in terms of tuition fees will be paid on your behalf. So you as a student will have to get the money once it's paid to you to actually pay for the tuition coverage. Now, to just go further into looking at the 2-year study program. So in case of a 2-year study program, students can actually receive an additional University of Twente scholarship of an amount that is equal into the first year to cover the expenses of the second year. However, the scholarship will only be continued during the second year when students actually meet the process requirement, and as in the progression requirement for the University of Twente scholarship. So one needs to have obtained at least an average of grade of 7 out of 10 at the end of the third quartile of the first year. or at least 50% of the European credits at the end of the third quarter of the first year. Now, one can also get additional scholarships just in case they are given a partial scholarship to study at the University of Twente. So an additional scholarship can actually be awarded to University of Twente scholarship recipients only for programs that are starting in September this year. And so this additional scholarship is actually given by a scholarship opportunity called the Kipaji Scholarship. So you will need to apply for a University of Twente scholarship in order to be eligible for a Kipaji Scholarship. And so what happens is that as you are applying for the University of Twente scholarship, you actually need to include in the motivational letter for the University of Twente scholarship that you would also like to actually be nominated or considered for the Kipaji scholarship. That way, you'll be able to actually meet the full scholarship coverage for your studies at the University of Twente. And so it's advised that you actually go through the scholarship requirements, additional requirements that may apply to the Kipaji scholarship program. Now, who is eligible to apply for the University of Twente scholarship? First of all, it should be somebody that is applying to the eligible master's programs. So in terms of eligible master's programs, friends, they have been highlighted here all the way from applied mathematics. You can see there's applied physics, biomedical engineering, business administration, business information technology, chemical science and engineering, civil engineering and management, communication science, computer science, construction management and engineering, educational science and technology, electrical engineering. Quite a number of programs from. There is also health sciences, as you can see on the list. There's mechanical engineering, there's nanotechnology, there's psychology, public administration, and sustainable energy technology. So you need to actually apply to these eligible programs for a master's program. And in addition to that, you need to be coming from eligible countries. And so in terms of eligible countries, this particular website, there is a list of countries which you can actually see even as I scroll down, beginning with Afghanistan, then all the way to, quite a number of countries, all the way to the last country on the list here, which is Alandi Island. Now, friends, not to worry, I will be able to leave this particular link in the description box so that you can actually delve into reading a little bit more about this particular scholarship before you begin your application process. You can actually see, friends, that we are basically in the second round of application. The first round actually closed on 1st February 2023. It opened last year in December, but we are now in the second round of application for the University of Twente scholarship, which opened on the 1st of February 2023 and will be closing on the 1st of May 2023. You can actually see the application deadline on this particular page. Now, these are some of the application requirements. So you can see, other than the eligibility criteria of applying to the eligible master's program, and also to have come from one of the countries that is listed on the eligible countries, you also need to basically pay attention to some of these application requirements. And one that really greets my eye is that of the English language test requirements. So you need to have scored an IELTS score of 6.5, a TOEFL IBT score of 90. And so this is something that you basically need to look out for, friends. Now, you also may realize that it will be important for us to look briefly at the, Kapiji scholarship opportunity, which goes along with this particular scholarship opportunity. So you can actually see that the application deadlines have been highlighted here. This scholarship comes in 2 rounds. So the first round usually opens from 15th of October 2022. So every 15th of October, every year, the scholarship opens for the first round of applications and closes the first round in 1st February 2023. That is for those programs that are going to be starting in September 2023. And then there's application deadline for round 2. So basically this application round opened in February. So it opens every year in February and closes in May every year. Again, this is for programs starting in September 2023. So if you applied in round 1 and your application was rejected, an application in round 2 is not considered. So that is something that you really have to take note of. So you can only be awarded with one University of Twente scholarship. Now, how can one apply to this particular scholarship? First of all, you need to apply for a master's program. Once you have applied for a master's program and received a conditional admission letter, you can now apply for the scholarship with your student number. So University of Twente scholarship is not available for Dutch or current University of Twente students. So the scholarship is not available for EU or EEA students. The University of Twente scholarship is again not available for master's programs at the Faculty of Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation Studies. This scholarship is not available for the pre-master's program. So that is something that you have to take note of, friends. So this is about the University of Twente scholarship, but just briefly, let's look at the Kipaji scholarship opportunity, because for those that may actually receive a partial University of Twente scholarship, this scholarship may come in handy. So now, the Kipaji Scholarship Fund is founded especially for talented students from countries with upcoming economies. Students from these countries could have the potential but not the means to study at the University of Twente. The scholarship is meant as an additional support for University of Twente scholarship students. So the scholarship is founded especially for talented students from the least developed countries and other low-income countries on the DAC list. Students from these countries could have the potential but not the means to study at the University of Twente. So the Kipaji scholarship supports students who also receives a University of Twente scholarship. Students cannot apply for the Kipaji scholarship through the UT application system. Those interested in this particular scholarship need to indicate in their University of Twente scholarship motivation letter that they also wish to be considered for the Kipaji scholarship when they meet the criteria. So this is some information that I had earlier alluded to, but just so I could re-emphasize. And then further, the Kipaji Scholarship Fund was founded by a couple of alumni and the relations of the University of Twente and is also supported by the staff and alumni of the University of Twente with an annual fundraising campaign. Alumni and employees are asked to support this scholarship fund. You need to take note that the Kipaji Scholarship is not available for current University of Twente students. This program is also not available for master's program at the Faculty of Geoinformation Science and Earth Observational Studies. In terms of value, this scholarship can actually go up to 12,000. And so you have a look at the overview of the estimated cost of living in the Netherlands. So you also need to make sure that you understand how much it would cost you to live in the Netherlands, because most likely these scholarship will be there to complement study-related costs, and so you may have to meet your living costs. So this scholarship is meant as a compensation for study-related costs. Again, this point I've highlighted earlier on. So in terms of eligible master's program, this is a list, pretty much the same list that is there for the University of Twente scholarship. And then in terms of countries, the same countries as you can see here on the list. So I can see that a good number of countries where, we have a number of subscribers are actually listed as part of the beneficiaries of this particular scholarship. In terms of deadline, you can see it's 1st May 2023. This is for the second round. In terms of application requirement, this is something that you may have to go through at your own time. And please, not to worry, I will be able to leave this link in the description box so that you can actually go through this information at your own time. Now, let me just briefly highlight the application procedure. So in order to be eligible for the Kipaji scholarship, you need to be a recipient of a University of Twente scholarship. So for the specific requirements of the University of Twente scholarship, you may need to refer to the area sections of this particular video, which has highlighted the University of Twente scholarship in much detail. And then the faculty of the program will nominate you for a Kipaji scholarship. So upon request from the faculty, you may need to submit a motivation letter stating how you intend to use your studies at the University of Twente to increase or enhance the scientific level or for entrepreneurial purposes in your home country. Please indicate in your motivation letter that the University of Twente scholarship that you also wish to apply for Kipaji scholarship when you meet the criteria. Again, this is a point that we are just trying to reiterate from what we had already spoken about in the earlier section of this video. And so friends, this is how you can fully fund your studies in terms of tuition fees in Netherlands, specifically at master's level at the University of Twente in the various eligible master's programs at this particular university. So friends, university studies can actually be very, very expensive. But you see, friends, when we look at what this scholarship does, it actually cushions you on the burden that you may have to experience if you had to actually pay tuition fees and shadow the living costs in Netherlands. Some of which I believe would be difficult for some of us to meet those requirements, or for some of us to afford. And so when you are told that you're going to be funded partly in terms of tuition, that is a plus on your part, because it means that you may not have to overstretch, but you may just try and see how you work around finding the living costs that you may have to meet as you live in Netherlands. But getting a full tuition scholarship like you are likely to do in this particular scholarship opportunity, you get part of it from the University of Twente scholarship and another part from the Kipaji scholarship, will actually be a game changer for you. And so what are you waiting for? Take advantage of this opportunity. And if it is not for you, then please share this particular video with other friends within your network, family members, within your family, and colleagues at your workplace who may actually be interested in pursuing a master's program in Netherlands. And so, friends, why don't you give this video that thumbs up so that YouTube can actually circulate this video, suggesting it to a number of other viewers who may be like-minded as you are, looking for opportunities such as this one. And not only that, friends, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit that bell icon, selecting all notifications so that when we upload future videos, you will be amongst the first few to be notified. For now, friends, I can simply say bye-bye until we meet again in yet another exciting video. Thank you.